We come together. We celebrate our country every single day. But what makes Canada so amazing is the sports, the food, the animals, or the way that other countries think we live. In fact, it is all of these qualities that make Canada such a wonderful country. It makes us as Canadians who we are every single day.
Canadian food.
Another example of Canadian food is peamel bacon. There is also cod tons, moose meat, Nanaimo bars, maple syrup, French's mustard, and French's ketchup, maple pie, and beaver tails. These are all Canadian foods, either because the First Nations started the food or because it's found to be common in the area. The reason why foods like maple pie, maple syrup, and moose meat are known as Canadian foods because they can only, for the most part in large quantities, be traded in Canada. For other foods like Lay's chips that were created in Canada, so other countries don't always know that they exist and might think it's weird. We think haggis is weird, and cod ton is the Canadian version of haggis. I must say that all Canadian food is delicious, especially poutine.
Canada is the land of the free and of stereotypes, from the East Coast to the West Coast. We all have different stereotypes. I will be comparing stereotypes to reality in this short section. Some of these are: it is always winter. In Canada, we have 4 seasons. These are winter, fall, spring, and summer. The second stereotypes I'll be comparing is we only drink Tim Hortons. We do drink Tim Hortons, but we also drink water, milk, pops, and juices. The last stereotype I will be comparing is you live in igloos. We do not live in igloos. We might build them, but we live in houses, condos, and apartments.
In my opinion, when people hear the word Canada, they think about our eco-friendly government, our native animals, and our contribution to the world. I will be investigating on Canada's good deeds to the environment and on our native animals to see whether or not Canadian wildlife can be sorted as a Canadian attribute. Canada's national animals are the beaver, the beluga whale, the Canada goose, the loon, the moose, and salmon. One of Canada's big national plants is the maple tree. The maple tree has helped Canada a long way back when the First Nations produced maple syrup. The maple tree was announced the Canadian national arboreal emblem in 1996. The maple tree is featured on our national flag in the penny. The grey jay has been recently announced as Canada's national bird. It is found in every province and territory and breeds in the winter. The grey jay is neither hunted nor endangered. Some of the other competitors for this title is the loon and the Canada goose. Hello, today I'm going to take a walk in my favorite trails as a segment to my documentary, and right off the bat I could see that there is a bird nest up in the trees, and that shows that there's much wildlife in this place. And there's also a lot of plants that are budding due to the fact that it's spring, and there are many flowers here as well. And yes, because it's spring, they're all coming back alive from this terrible winter. And an interesting fact is that this wooded area is preserved and protected from the city of Markham for the benefit of the community. And yes, the city of Markham will have to chop down trees as they get too big because the little trees will have to grow. But if you really think about it, one big stump equals to a lot of moths and animals that use this tree as their home. So, one tree equals life to more trees and more animals. And as you can see, this is the image that people create in their head when they think about Canada. And I think from looking at this, we can all see that Canadian wildlife, is a Canadian attribute. Conclusion. Canada has preserved its wildlife for many years. I think that it's definitely true that wildlife can be considered as a Canadian attribute. And as a Canadian, I am proud to live in a country where the grass grows and the birds fly high.
Hockey isn't just a sport, it's what makes us Canadian. It creates memories of a lifetime. It brings us, as Canadians, together to celebrate what a great country we have. Hockey is played as young as a little kid, and if you're lucky enough, you could end up living your dream as a pro in the NHL. And one day, you could end up living a lifelong dream, winning the Stanley Cup. The moments,
Sidney Crosby, the golden goal!
the celebration is what makes hockey truly Canada's game.